3, 2, 1. All right, what up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Loophole Podcast. I'm your host, Loopie. Alongside me is also your host, sullyrox, and the special guest for today's episode, a man who would he would normally not need any introduction, but this is DG, the artist, or DG Cubes if you know him. What up?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
So I'm just gonna start this episode off. For those who might not be familiar, who you are, what you do, stuff like that. Just give the people a quick little minute. Tell the people about yourself.
Yeah, sure. You want me to do that or?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Sounds good. So I wasn't sure if you were saying you were gonna do it or yeah, but I got you. I'm DG the artist, also formerly known as DG Cubes, sometimes currently known as DG Cubes. I'm a rapper. I'm a hyperpop artist, and I'm also known for being a competitive Rubik's Cube speed solver. I do YouTube, so you might know me from that. Currently documenting my journey as a newly full-time rapper on my channel, DG the Artist. And yeah, I'm excited to be here.
That's just some incredible stuff. I forgot to ask, people on the order of which I see things on the episode. DG, how you doing today, my friend?
Oh, yeah, I'm great. I'm excited for this. It should be fun.
Sully, how you doing?
How have you been?
Oh, I'm great. I bought a bunch of ramen, and it was really good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, man, I'm pumped. Let's do this. All right. So let's just start from the very beginning. How did you get into the creation of YouTube videos?
Yeah. So I was, I guess I always watched YouTube since I was very little. I'm 25 now. I was born in 2000. So I guess, as a kid, I was just always watching YouTube and thought it was really cool and kind of dreamed of doing it myself someday. And then I got into the Rubik's Cube thing in 2012. And for a while I was just sort of making videos on my own that I wasn't posting anywhere. Just like dreaming of putting it on YouTube someday. And then finally, when I was 13, my parents let me do it. They let me put stuff actually on YouTube. And DG Cubes was born back then. I guess my goal with that at the time was to be both like a speed cuber, like somebody who's actually like fast at cubing, and somebody who's making like high quality cubing videos. Because I felt like at the time, the cubing YouTubers that I was watching, a lot of the cubers at that time were either really fast or really good at YouTube, and there weren't many who were doing both. So I wanted to like really bring the speed side of cubing to YouTube. And when I started, I was neither fast nor good at making videos, but like over time, I sort of grew in both of those. And yeah, I ended up with a channel I was pretty proud of back then.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's true that late 2000s, early 10s, you'd see some cubers, and it would be just your regular YouTube, phone camera or something like that, or movie maker edit.
Right.
And it'd be just like some random solves, or just they want to show people a one color Rubik's Cube or some random stuff, right?
Yeah.
You were able to make something creative out of cubing and YouTube videos. How did you manage to get yourself into sort of like a network of, I guess, cubers wanted to do the right, or not the right thing, the same thing, just elevate from there?
Yeah, I guess so. I was 13 and I started to go to cubing competitions in my area, and I pretty immediately made some friends at those competitions, and they were around my age and they also had YouTube channels. None of us were like particularly popular on YouTube at the time, but we all really liked doing it, and so it became a thing that we would make videos together at competitions, or we would like meet up outside of those competitions and make videos together. And yeah, like because we met at competitions, like we were also all focused on being kind of fast too. So I guess I just felt like I was able to get in touch with other people who wanted to do the same two things that I was trying to do, make videos and get fast at cubing. And yeah, I feel like in my experience, even now doing music, like huge part of it is having a community. that supports what you do and like is also trying to do the same thing, because like people really love to attach to like a group instead of just a single person, you know.
Yeah. Well, you find yourself
Yeah.
pretty like lucky going into competitions and finding people that were like sharing that same ambition. I think that's what is not really taught about YouTube today, is just, you know, putting yourself out there and actually going out into the real world. And, you know, you never know, you might find some people that really just are switched on the way you are. And
Yeah.
I think you were able to make a pretty good thing out of it for sure. What do you think,
Yeah,
Sully?
thank you.
I think it's awesome, and I never really thought about the point of like good YouTubers, like good YouTubers not being on the monster side in terms.
You want to try that?
I think you cut out there, Sully.
Oh,
Like I think the point where faster cubers can't make as good of videos as people with high production quality, and those people
ooh, Sully. I think he was saying something about like fast cubers not. Oh, fast cubers not necessarily having the means to, or not the means, but maybe the will to like edit the videos extensively.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think I got out of that.
Yeah, those are the words I was hearing more or less. Is there like internet trouble over there, Sully?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's like super bad right now. But like I just find it interesting because I remember like me, myself, and Pi and Crazy Bad Cuber. I mean, those were people who like majored. Like I don't know if Crazy Bad Cuber went to college for it, but I know me, myself, and Pi. I think he might. I'm pretty sure he went to like film school or something
Mhm.
like that. So like these were
Yeah.
people with like extensive video editing knowledge, but they
Right.
also like they didn't have that same amount of knowledge for like cubing or getting
Mhm.
fast time. So like back at that point, the idea of somebody being really fast and also being really good at making videos, like that was kind of a foreign concept, because every time you'd see like a sub 10 solve on YouTube, it would always be like from the guy recording with a flip phone without an intro
Yeah.
or an outro, and like
Yeah.
dad coughing in the background or something. So like
Exactly.
having both was kind of a new novel thing at that point,
Yeah.
like that wasn't really thought of by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I love the content that all those people were making, like the YouTube cubers at the time. But I did notice, like, yeah, they don't seem to be too focused on the speed cubing side of things, you know. So I really wanted to try to do both, like you're saying.
I
Yeah.
suppose they kind of treated YouTube as more of like a forum posting thing than
Mhm.
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
broadcasting of yourself. So I do think that even the 2014, 2015 DG content was like a bit ahead of its time. And
Oh, thanks.
I think you were able to position yourself quite well so that, you know, like as you grew with the community that you know had built around you,
Mhm.
you were able to get some good content out of it, whether it be cubing or just making some random videos. You know, it just worked. And I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
a lot of the people that were maybe younger, I guess, kind of like me and Sully when we watched you early on, you know, might have not had the same means to go to competitions or didn't have the same ambitions to like learn something about cubing or anything like that, felt inspired to
Mhm.
just think that, hey, maybe that could be me one day. And I guess the younger part of the audience, I guess at that time, especially in like the mid tens, when you were making that type of content, kind of showed to these people that it's not impossible. You know, you don't have to be living under the constraints that you are in when you are younger and, you know, just discovering the world. So I think you
Yeah.
definitely brought something new and inspiring to the people back then, which is why I enjoyed the content so much when I was younger. You know, it just
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
made me want to go out there and experience the same thing. Albeit I didn't, but it was was great.
Right.
Made you feel
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
could. Made you feel
Right.
like empowered in a way. Because age was a limiting factor for a lot of
Yeah.
people, and seeing somebody of our age doing the things that we all
Yeah.
dreamed of doing, like
Mm.
it's inspiring and it's like it's powerful.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
never
thank
thought
you.
about it in that way
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool to hear. I guess I never really have seen it from that perspective as much either, because most people who I've talked to who watched my videos back then, like I would meet them at competitions. But it's really cool to hear from people who, like, like you guys. I mean, Sully, I know you've been to a couple competitions, but Loopie, I think you said you've never, you never
I've never
competed.
been. Yeah, no.
But it's really cool to hear that, like, the videos sort of were able to give you that experience even without competing. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. And
Yeah.
like I said, I attribute a lot of the DG content and in parallel the stuff that you did as groups as well.
Mhm.
Not to discredit, but just saying, like, you and the network that you've built around you, I think has allowed me to sort of hone in on my skills a bit more with the cubing and gave it a bit more importance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have access to the latest MOUs. It was
Sure.
it was a Diane Zanchi before it was some like
Nice.
MRF3
MF3RS.
MF3RS, that one.
I was there.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
there. I was
Yeah.
there for this.
Nice.
And my first square one solve, like I attribute these videos to that, because I think I had all the time in the world to like learn Rubik's cubes and stuff like that way before then. Started around 2016, 2017. But I think it is the videos from back then weren't nearly as accessible as they are today. And I feel like without that type of work being done to it, without that type of attention being put to it, there wouldn't necessarily be that many people going out trying to learn how to solve a cube. So I do think it's good work, and it makes it a bit more friendly.
Yeah.
Definitely good vibe.
Yeah,
100%.
thank you. I mean, I'm just I don't know what more to say, but thank you. It's such an honor to hear all this.
No, some great stuff. Let's see, what can we talk about? Yeah, tell us a little bit, because you did get into music, and the earliest I have seen you make music are, well, many collaborations and many feuds, I'll say. Tell us a little bit about the OLLCP thing.
Yeah. So long ago, Derpy Cuber and I, he's, for those who don't know, he's another Rubik's Cube YouTuber from back in the day. He and I were really close friends, and we just thought, we were making a lot of videos together, and we thought it would be fun to put together a little song. Neither of us had like any experience doing this at all. I think he had a little more than I did. Like, I think he had GarageBand and knew how to use it a little bit. But we were not recording artists by any means. But we made a little cubing parody of the song "I'm Sexy and I Know It" by LMFAO. And yeah, that video did surprisingly well. I think like 300,000 views or something, somewhere around there. Ended up being like a pretty well received video for like how goofy it was. But yeah, that was like the first time I ever hopped on the mic to like record any form of music. And like the funniest thing about it is like I remember, now I'm a full-time rapper. So now I have a much better technique for like how to record, or like just a better recording setup in general. But I remember back then I was just on a video call with Derpy, and I was recording my vocals without hearing the instrumental. Like, so I would say like, I don't know, and I know it, because it's like, we play the cube sounds for sexy. So I would just say that, and then he would be like, can you go a little faster? And then I would go a little faster, and then he'd be like, actually, can you make your voice a little deeper? And so I would go a little deeper, and it's like that's why I'm kind of off pitch. Everything's like a little weird in there, because like, I was recording it without hearing the backing track at all. But yeah, it's really funny looking back. Like, we made do with what we had, and we made a pretty fun video out of it. But I definitely feel like I could do better now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it one of those. Oh my God, it's raining. Sorry. I did not see that
Never
coming.
rains in France.
No, it does. It's just it was hella sunny this morning and right. Anyways,
Yeah.
no, but that one that one video, that one song, that was like one of the first things I've seen where you guys would make some sort of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely sounded like you were more on the shy side. That's for sure. That's something I've always noticed. And another thing, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm happy to.
Okay.
You guys had a diss track war. What happened?
We did. It was never, there was never any bad blood.
No,
You know, yeah. Like we decided on a video call, hey, we should diss each other. It would be fun, you know. And so we decided, yeah, let's take our best shots. Like who better to diss you than one of your best friends, you know? Like
oh yeah,
you know all the
they know where. Yeah, they know where it hurts.
Exactly. So this wasn't any like Kendrick versus Drake stuff where like we actually hated each other. Like we were homies, you know. But yeah, it was kind of fun. I had a couple shots in my diss track that I think people still don't get the reference, but he does, and that's all that matters. And yeah, like that was a fun time. Those videos did well, and then we decided to we did a very goofy thing where like we took our diss track lyrics and like threw them in Google Translate from one language to another back and forth until they became like absolute nonsense. And then we like recited that to each other in person at a competition and made a video out of that where it looked like, you know, we're having a rap battle, but we're just saying complete nonsense.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was that was a fun time.
Hear my fiance live in chat. She's saying that moment when Loopie knows too much about the guest.
Hey, it's an honor. It's an honor.
She's like good interviewer behavior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like y'all didn't like make any like backstory or anything. You didn't like make anything up leading up to
No,
the diss track.
we
Y'all were just like, yeah, fuck
no.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like, you know, like Derpy Cuber and DG Cubes, we were known to be like this, like, you know, two best friends. And so yeah, why not just throw some shots at each other, see what happens. But yeah, I mean, people seem to enjoy it. I remember the comment sections were pretty fun in those videos. Yeah, good times. And again, I like we're talking about all the stuff I did. What is this? 10 years ago now. If anybody who's watching this goes back and watches any of those videos, please balance it out with some of my new songs because I swear I've gotten better on the mic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no,
Thanks.
for sure. I mean, it's night and day difference. But
Yeah.
even I mean, you had for sure. So I didn't have nearly as much music knowledge back then when I did watch your stuff than I do now. But
Yeah.
the sort of thing that I got was with the vocals, you seemed a bit uncertain of what you were saying, even if it was like just all fun and games. Like
Right.
the delivery just felt like you were just uncertain, and it.
Yeah.
But then I mean, I caught up with your new stuff. The single "I Don't Want Potential." I was like, holy shit, this is not him. This is not him. So like,
Yeah.
I listened to that. I was like, well, shit, okay. Especially that beat switch part, you know, near the end. I'm like, okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's great to see the improvement from there, you know, to now.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been like a sort of shy person, I guess, especially as a kid. Like, you know, I think cubing actually is what brought me out of my shell a lot, like going to competitions and meeting other people who like the same thing as me. So I'm like less scared to talk to them. And then I think also just growing my YouTube channel, like growing DG cubes and going to competitions and like, you know, taking pictures with people and signing their cubes and stuff. Like, I think that made me feel a lot more confident as a person in general. And that's definitely like transferred over to the music thing. Like, you know, when I'm on the mic recording nowadays, I'm like, I like, screw it. I'm a rapper, you know. I don't care about my usual like self-doubt or like any of that stuff. Like that all goes away. I'm just gonna like let it all out on the mic.
Yeah. Well, you sometimes you just have to know to put that behind you and just, you know, rap about what you know. And it's
Exactly.
It's therapeutic in a way because you'll find yourself dependent to it and that's like the only way that you know how to process thoughts, which that could be a good or a bad thing. I don't know. I think it's a
Yeah.
good thing. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
It just works. It's one of those things that works, and you know that you did something right if you came out of a recording session or even a mixing, or you just posted the damn thing.
Mhm.
If you learned something new, or you got a new feeling, or just a different way of thinking, you did something right.
Yeah.
Lives in my chat saying Loopie and DG collab when? Well, take me to
I'm
dinner
down.
first. I'm taking okay. I think I need to get a proof of concept before we even do anything. I think that's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
normal thing we need to do. But I'm just happy to talk to the guy.
For sure. Thanks. Yeah. I mean, this is great. This is a great podcast so far. Enjoying it.
Yeah. So you got anything you want to ask the main man?
Not yet. I'm thinking. Still
You're
thinking of
thinking.
things.
All right.
Thinking of a lot.
I'm gonna go back to like a little bit of the cubing. We'll kind of like balance it out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about everything.
Yes. It's all part of my life, so I'm happy to share.
What were, I suppose, like the pioneering figures in cubing that I guess fueled you to build this community and allow yourself to sort of stand out in a very accessible community like cubing because of the competitions and how accessible it is to newer people that want to get into cubing, or they have absolutely no idea, they just want to see it all happen. Anyone that inspired you to put yourself in this position?
Yeah. I would say Felix Zemdegs was always a huge inspiration for me.
Goat.
He's, I think, widely considered the GOAT. Yeah. I would definitely consider him the GOAT. I feel like, he wasn't much of a YouTuber himself, but he was obviously like the fastest cuber at the time when I started. And he just always seemed so friendly and like such a good sport about everything.
Yeah.
So that was a big inspiration for me to like just generally being kind of wholesome as a cuber, and not being so cutthroat. I would say, let's see. I mean, I watched a lot of Crazy Bad Cuber on YouTube too. He was probably one of my favorites when I started. Crazy Bad Cuber and JR Cuber were both like two guys who I watched a lot.
JR Cuber.
Yeah. And now, the cool thing is like now I'm pretty close with JR Cuber, Jesse. Like, we're just homies. But like I remember when I was just starting out on YouTube, like he was the guy that proved to me that a kid can do it too. Because when I started on YouTube as a cuber, I was 13, and like most of the YouTubers I was watching were older, like 20s, 30s, who knows, or at least like late teens. But JR Cuber, like he's a couple years younger than me. He was like doing YouTube at like 11 or something. And so I was watching his stuff, and he made really good content, had a following, and like it was just so entertaining. And I was like, okay, it is possible for a kid to have like a YouTube channel that pops off, so he was a big inspiration for me. So if I had to pick three early on, it would probably be Felix, and then Crazy Bad Cuber and JR Cuber were probably my favorite, biggest inspirations. Yeah.
I mean, I remember JR Cuber. He was dealing with quite a bit of flack. Starting out, I suppose.
Starting out, yeah.
Because you don't normally, I guess from an outside point of view, not a lot of people normally like to give a kid a chance at just being among the biggest. But even then, he proved himself as like one of the better reviewers on the platform. Very interesting.
When you're that young, it's an uphill battle. It's just an uphill battle automatically when you're that young.
Yeah. Oh,
for sure.
He knew how to make the best out of that situation. I think that's totally valid to have that as an inspiration. Crazy Bad Cuber, I don't think I watched like too much. I think he made a couple videos that I watched here and there, but I don't think I watched much of him. Felix, outstanding figure.
Yeah.
I mean, Felix is just.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah. Forever the GOAT. Legend for sure. Definitely worth his flowers. I want to have a conversation with him one day.
I've had the pleasure of meeting him a few times, and he's like, he's a great person. It's like I feel like you see Felix Zemdegs in the videos and stuff, and like getting those solves, and you're like, he seems like a good guy, but like you never know. But in person, like, yeah, he's just as friendly and open as you would expect. He's a really great guy.
Yeah. Oh, you'll never
Yeah.
see him express like too much frustration in like tougher times in
No.
competitions or something like that. He'll always, go out with a smile or anything like that. And he's had some
Yeah.
extremely unfortunate moments that people would
Yeah.
Some
533.
moments.
like
Yeah.
when he stops the stack, man, and like nothing's there.
Yeah.
That was one of them that I knew, that I remember.
Corner twist too. The
The corner
533
twist
corner
was,
twist.
533 corner twist. That was crazy moment. But yeah, I mean, even in that video, like, he's kind of smiling about it. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not devastated.
Yeah.
So I think I feel like he showed. I'm sure he inspired so many cubers just like on how to behave when you don't do what you want to do, or like when you don't get the results you want. But yeah.
And you won a contest. I remember. I think it was some sort of like big, huge puzzle thing.
GAN
Yeah.
473. I was about to mention
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
The GAN
Yeah.
contest.
Yeah.
Tell me how, like, because obviously I saw the video, but just
Sure.
to this day, how do you feel like that sort of like grew with you, I guess? Just, how did you feel about the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, it was so cool. Like, I think I can't remember so much about the puzzle anymore because it was so long ago, but I remember, like, I had the tab open on my computer. I knew it was like coming up that puzzle was going to start at a certain time. And like, I remember I almost forgot about it. Like, I almost just didn't even do it at the right time, but I think I just happened to like get back on my computer right when it was starting, and I was like, oh shoot, it's that time. And yeah, so I mean, for those who don't know what this is, it was Felix Zemdegs and GAN, a cube company. We're having like a puzzle challenge online to win like a one of a kind, or I think like 7 of a kind cube that Felix used to break the world record. And yeah, so I ended up being the first person to solve the puzzle, which was crazy. And I think like the thing that surprised me more was how many people were interested in that. Like, I remember the videos I made about that, like the one video about solving the puzzle, and then the one video about getting the cube and unboxing it and reviewing it and all that. Like, those are some of the most viewed videos on DG Cubes. And I thought that was really cool because like it's not that often that your most viewed stuff is also the stuff you're most proud of. But I was like very proud of myself for solving that, that puzzle. So that was cool. Yeah.
When you found yourself in quite a lot of winning positions in regards to contests and even just anything that requires submitting something. Wheel of Fortune. That was fucking random.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I was on Wheel of Fortune and I won a car. Yeah. I've always liked game shows, and just like any sort of thing like that, like contests, like you said, solving stuff. And yeah, I applied to Wheel of Fortune like last year. I applied when I was like particularly frustrated at my job, because I was like, if maybe I go on a game show and I'll win a bunch of money and then I can quit like sooner than I was planning to quit. I ended up like, by the time I heard I was going to be on Wheel of Fortune, I had already set my like last day on the job, so it didn't end up like cutting any time off my my working days. But yeah, like it was still crazy. And then I practiced a ton because like how many times in your life do you get to go on Wheel of Fortune? And yeah, I mean it went well. It went way better than expected.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool.
That was just one of those things. Again, I only found out about this about like a week and a half ago. But when I saw it, I was like, at first I was like, okay, well, this is just right. Bro has like 5 billion stories to tell in like the span of 2 months, and I'm like,
yeah,
all right, cool. And then secondly,
Yeah.
I'm like not exactly surprised either because I'm thinking like, oh yeah, he did the thing all those times ago.
the Felix thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is crazy the past few months how much has happened in my life. Like, I mean, yeah, I got married, I went on Wheel of Fortune, I quit my job to become a full-time rapper. Like, that's enough things for like a decade, I feel like. But it just all happened to come together like at the same time. So
You were
yeah,
at
I don't know,
Twitch
just
for
trying to
some
live
time.
life to the max. Yes, I was at Twitch. Yeah.
I
That
mean,
that was sorry, yeah. Go
oh
ahead.
no. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I mean I wanted I don't know if you had any questions in particular about Twitch or anything like that.
Well, I think I watched the video where you were saying that you quit the job at Twitch to pursue the rap career. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
exactly, and this wasn't any extensive research. That was actually the first video I saw, of you just back on my feed. Um, uh, so did you are you on good terms with Twitch, or did you kind of just
Yeah.
say,
Well, yeah, I'm on good terms with all the people on my team and everything. I think it's like um I'm not sure if I would get a job back at Twitch. Like if I were applying again, I'm not sure if they'd say, "Yeah, come back after I left." I don't know. But but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on good terms with people. But it wasn't my passion. It was really just like a way to get money.
hmm,
I thought like I will say of the tech companies I could have been at, I think Twitch was probably the best one for me. I have friends also in this, in the same like tech industry who worked at like Amazon and Apple and Google and all these places, and um, none of them like they all sounded a lot like they would fit me a lot worse than Twitch did. Um, but there was still a lot of difficulty working at Twitch. And at the end of the day, like doing software development for my whole life just isn't my passion. It's just something that like I can do,
yeah.
So yeah, that was it was time to move on, move to music.
I just got some crazy lore drop. So my
Oh
fiance
yeah,
in chat said, "Bro, I used his video to try and impress you when we first got together."
what?
To me,
Yeah.
she was saying she was like using one of your videos to impress me when we first got together, and she sent me a screenshot of her watch history from 9 years ago, where she apparently watched your Rubik's Cube collection, 114 puzzles, end of 2016.
No way. Well, I'm glad I could contribute to the success of your relationship.
Yeah, man.
That's hilarious.
W
Congrats on
live.
the engagement, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It was
Yeah,
dream come true, man. Dream come true.
hell yeah.
Um,
That's so funny.
so that was one of those lore drops. She,
Mhm.
yeah, she's saying, "I knew that I knew him. I fucking knew it."
That's hilarious.
I think that.
Yeah, I mean, I probably sound and look a little different than I did 10 years ago, but it's still the same DG.
Yeah, I think you kind of got this like the same DG face. You know what I mean? Like I don't think
Yeah,
that's changing really. Um,
cool.
I'd say you sound more certain now. You don't have that like shy voice anymore that you had like early on, which I mean you can
Right.
you can be proud of yourself for that, because that's how the rap voice just starts to develop. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm glad to hear that that's like a noticeable difference from somebody who's like seen my content for a while.
Is that something that you've
Yeah,
like
I feel like I
worked
have
on with
gotten a lot more
yourself?
confident. I don't know if it's been such a like how do I say it? Like such a purposeful improvement. But I've definitely been trying to just feel more confident as a person,
Mm.
and like push myself out of my comfort zone in like social settings and things like that. And I think that just has really helped me be more of like just a confident person and like less shy when I'm talking to new people and stuff. I think Cuban competitions have helped a lot, and then also like going to open mics lately and doing like full on concerts. All that is like huge for increasing your confidence, because I feel like if you're on stage and people bought tickets to see you, you can't be like shy. You got to go out there and like give it everything you got. So
Not that I know that anyone in my audience is going to be like near your area, but do you want to talk about
hmm.
the next show that you're holding? I know you're
Let's do
working
it.
on that.
Yeah, I've got 2 confirmed, so maybe if anybody's in either of these areas, you can pull up. But I am doing a show on April 4th in Washington, DC, which is like I'm based in the DC area, so it's home for me right now. Very excited for that show. It's with 2 really good friends, Risk and The Vibe. We make all different kinds of music, but like somehow together we just like click really well. So we're super excited to put on the show. And then the other show I have the tickets are on sale now for is in Raleigh on July 3rd. This actually coincides with the North American Championships for cubing. It's the Friday night of that competition, and so it's going to be me and this guy Javo, who's also a cuber turned like musical artist. And yeah, we're gonna go crazy. It's gonna be a great time.
Nice one.
Yeah,
Great stuff. Love to see it.
I could look into DC.
yeah, it'd be
I
great
could
to see you
fancy
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
April 4th. It's 2 weeks from now, a little less than 2 weeks from now.
Another co-host of
Sweet.
ours is also around that area as well. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got to put him on. Put him on.
yeah.
Yeah. No, the show's going to be great. I think one thing too that I'm really excited for, and you'll find out after the show if this is the case, but I'm really trying to make this my first sold out show. And like I feel like I can do it. You know, my following in the DC area has grown since my last show here, and yeah, I think we can make it happen. So anybody you know in the area who might want to pull up and help me like fulfill my dream of selling out a concert, let them know to pull up. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'll actually look into that.
Hell yeah.
Because like I said, one of our co-hosts is in the area now. I don't know if he'll be back from his little vacation by then, but I'll definitely look into it. Should be a bit of fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a music question. How have you found yourself into performing music live in front of people? Do you think that going to events like competitions and stuff like that helped you towards that? I'm asking because myself made music for the better part of a decade now. Now I live in France, which is kind of fucked when it comes to, performing something that's in English to a bunch of French people.
Sure.
Could go plenty wrong, you know what I mean? How have you found yourself into that sort of area and just overcome any sort of apprehensions?
Yeah. I guess for one thing, I've kind of just like always. I mean, it sounds so vain, but I've always liked attention, you know. And so like being on stage always has appealed to me, even as a kid when I was like shy and stuff. I still always thought it would be very cool if I could be some kind of performer, you know. And I feel like YouTube was like my first venue for that. You know, it wasn't in person, so I was a lot less nervous about being in front of a camera than being on stage in front of a bunch of people. But yeah, I think just doing YouTube videos helped me like find my voice and like figure out how I want to present myself to like a large group of people. And then, yeah, once I actually started doing music, it was like always the dream to bring it on stage. Like the first time I ever performed my music on stage in any form, actually going way back in high school, we had this thing at my school called lip sync, where it was like basically you would just lip sync a song for the whole school, and it's like, you know, a contest sort of thing that the teachers, like a panel of teachers, would like score you. And so I did with a friend of mine, we did Panda by Designer. And like I just remember that experience. Yeah, it was 2016, or maybe sometime around then. But I just remember that experience, like being in front of like all my peers and just like letting loose. You know, I wasn't even rapping; I was lip syncing, but like it was still so like it's just so fun, you know. And so that really inspired me. Like once I started actually making my own music, I was like, yeah, I want to do more of that performing thing. And in the beginning, like it was a lot of going to open mics, doing like, you know, even just a 5-minute set at an open mic, one song, whatever the case may be. And like I remember I would get so nervous at those first few open mics and like perform like small performances like that. Like it felt like it was the biggest thing ever. Like my world is crumbling down in on me, and like, you know, I just have to deliver for these 5 minutes on stage. And I feel like over time I just got more used to it. Like the stage started to feel more like home. And yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like anything else. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. So now, like now when I go to open mics, like I remember I used to go to an open mic and I would be nervous for like days leading up to it even. And it's not even like I was the main performer. I'm just like one of the 20 people at the open mic, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, I don't even think about an open mic until I'm like there. And then like 5 minutes before I go on stage, I start to get a little bit jittery, you know? It's like, oh, I'm about to be in front of everybody. But yeah, like I definitely am a lot less nervous now. And same for like big shows too. Like when I do a full on concert, the first time I ever did that was like terrifying. Like I remember, I guess my first like big concert was for Cubers in Minneapolis at the North American Championships in 2024. And I just remember like before I went on stage, like I felt like I was going to throw up, you know, like I felt like there's no way I'm going to get out there and do like an hour-long set for these people. But like fortunately it was for the Cuban community, which is like people I love and people I grew up with, you know. So as soon as I got out there, like the fear went away and it was just like, okay, it's time to like perform, like put on a show, you know.
Dude, an hour-long set.
Yeah.
That is.
When
you think about
it's
how long
tiring.
a song average
Yeah.
is now, because songs are getting shorter. It's only starting to become just verse, hook, you know, just two verses, two hooks, barely a pre-chorus or anything like that. You know, the songs are getting between 2 and 3 minutes. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Crazy.
But yeah, I mean, I'm getting more and more used to it now. And like, honestly, at this point, I don't get too nervous about performing anymore. Like, obviously, right before I go on, there's a little, you know, I have the jitters a little bit. But it's not like it's debilitating for the whole week leading up to it or anything like that.
No.
The main thing now that I'm working on is just like perfecting like how energetic I should be on stage. Because sometimes I get on stage and like I'm a few songs into a set and then I realize like, oh shit, I'm really tired. You know, like I've been jumping around too much, I've been screaming too loud, whatever the case may be. And then but like I also at the same time don't want to get on stage and like not put on a show. I don't want to just be standing there and like, you know, rapping along quietly. So it's like I'm in the process of perfecting that. But yeah, I think I'm getting better at it over time, because I remember like that show in Minneapolis, afterwards my voice was dead for the next like couple days. And that doesn't happen anymore. So so I'm working on it. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what's really hard about being a modern artist these days. When you are a rapper, the work that goes into making the music is a lot more compact, because we're all used to our presets when it comes to the mixing, mastering. We're used to the way that we do our vocals and everything like that. In a setting such as performance, it's hard not to find yourself in a position, if you don't got any sort of choreography or any of the energy, the only thing you got is your voice, maybe the master if you haven't worked hard enough on it, or, you know, maybe the instrumental with maybe like the last few syllables, you know, for breath control or whatever. And with people that are completely unfamiliar with who you are, what you do, what you say, what you rap about, the songs, they've never heard it before. Medusa, you could find yourself completely just like not moving at all. It might be tough and shit. So pretty cool that you were able to find your way sort of past that, and now you're working on the showmanship side of things, and I think it's pretty entertaining. I'm looking forward to seeing, I guess, a few clips or whatever like that, because I've seen you perform, you know, a few bits and pieces here and there. I think the I Don't Want Potential song, I mean, people are going nuts over it. Are those people that are already familiar with your music, or is that stuff that you sort of like, you know, do you get a feel for who might be familiar with you or not when you step on stage?
I do, yeah, and it's definitely at this stage in my career, it's a mix of both. You know, when I'm doing shows for Cubers, like I've done a few of those before, and I have one coming up this summer. Then it's pretty much almost everybody knows who I am and has heard like a couple songs, you know, because like I'm ingrained in the Cuban community, so they know what's up. But then when I'm doing like other shows, like in the DC area, for example, you know, there's a lot of people, like I'm gaining a following here, and so a lot of people do come to the show like for me, you know. But I'm usually doing those shows with a couple other people, like you know, like this show on April 4th is with Risk and the Vibe, So they're going to pull their fan bases. I'm going to pull my fan base. So you get like, when you're doing a show like that with people who have different fans, you just end up with a lot of people in the crowd who have never heard of you before,
Yeah.
So I think there's a pretty good split. There's a lot of people who have never heard of me. There's a lot of people who have heard of me but don't really know the music, and then there's people who are like the hardcore fans who like know the songs and they're like front row getting hyped, But yeah, I always do. I think a good litmus test for me is like more so than how do I like. Sorry, I'm gonna start the sentence over. Like I think a good test for me, like when I finish a show, is like how did the people who have never heard of me before feel about what I did, Because if I can like win them over with my performance, then that means like okay, I'm doing something right. That means like I could step into any room and there are going to be people there who have no idea who I am, and at the end of the night they're on my side. That's the goal. And then after that they're fans, so you do the songs and they're happy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a powerful thing, building
Yeah.
that reach, building that audience, and expanding and growing. It's a powerful thing.
Yeah. It's fun. I love it. Like I'm always so honored when somebody at a show tells me like, oh, I love this song you did, or like sometimes they'll quote a lyric or something and say like, something specific that they really liked about what I did. And that always feels really good because it's like, okay, you're like a real fan. You know everything. Which is like
when it sticks
such an honor. Yeah. But it like sticks with me too to hear that, because like the music thing is still relatively new to me in that like, I've been doing cubing for more than half my life. Music I have not been doing for more than half my life. So it's like it still feels new to me when people come up to me and like quote a lyric and they're like, I love that line, or like I love this song. Stuff like that is like just so cool that it can like that people can relate to the stuff that I'm coming up with like in my bedroom and recording in the closet,
Hey, Soul, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome. And thank you, Ultra
Welcome.
Liquor. Hey. No, but that's what I found quite interesting, because I don't think, and forgive me for the assumption, I don't think you have that big of a background in music prior to you starting out. So you're always going to sort of feel like the underdog in situations with, even submitting music to reactors or submitting music to just other people that want to listen to you, because you might not have the same grasp of what makes a song good. But I think as I guess what I'm trying to say is you have the ability to prove that hard work can really take you as far as you want to go, beyond just simple talent. And that's something that I can credit a lot more than someone who just has the talent but either don't want to or don't get to go past the potential. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I found interesting with the message of the new song, I Don't Want Potential. It's like, it's not about the, like I have that much talent that like I could. It's just, I know I can, so I will.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had like other, I guess other public figures that were more impactful, I guess, around me, that always like thought that talent doesn't mean shit, and you are like one of the people that are able to prove that it's just hard work and just putting yourself in the right position and playing the cards right. And I see that you got like you got some type of series or something like that saying Road to J. Cole feature. That's one of the goals, that's one of the targets, it's one of the many dreams, you know what I mean? And I think documenting that it's pretty funny, it's pretty quirky. It's not necessarily a rapper thing, but it shows the hard work that you're willing to put in. It's the accountability that you're willing to take for whatever happens in the journey. Not bad. I mean, I like the angle.
Thank you. Yeah. I like that you point out that it's like not a rapper thing to like talk about, Road to J. Cole feature and all this stuff. Like I fully agree. And like I've thought about this a lot, and DG the artist is like not a mysterious rapper, like
No.
there's a lot of people out there who, and this is not a diss to them, like a lot of my favorite rappers are mysterious figures, but there's a lot of rappers out there who like part of their appeal is like, oh, who is this guy? Like where did he come from? How, like, what's his story? None of those things are questions for me. It's all like when somebody comes across my music and they're wondering those things, all you have to do is go to DG the artist on YouTube and all of it's right there. Like there's not a mystery, because I want to show other people like, here's how you can do this too. Like you can be a completely normal dude and you have some crazy dream of like getting a J. Cole feature someday or whatever, or even just of being a rapper,
Yeah.
And I want to show that like that's possible. So yeah, I'm all about like authenticity and just being open, not hiding stuff from the fans and all that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't any offense intended with the whole, it's not a rapper thing to do statement.
No, I
It's
didn't take that.
not.
I didn't
No,
take
no.
that as offense at all. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't think you did, but it was important for me to say that I found that to be not necessarily a bad thing either, because it gives people more of an angle into like what goes on to like, what goes into making music, and it's a pretty cutthroat industry, but it doesn't necessarily have to be either. As long as you got you get 50 people paying $5 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
To watch you do some shit. That's some passive shit.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of money that you can put, funding plugins or funding promotional campaigns or stuff like that. It's puts you in a good position. Have you looked into making physical media?
Yeah, I do. I have CDs actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. The merch is available. You Deserve the World CDs are on sale. If you go to, it's on shop.dgtheartist.com, if I can plug. But yeah, CDs is my main thing I've done. I have hoodies and t-shirts too. But yeah, honestly, in my experience, they mostly, like, people really love to buy that stuff when I do shows. I haven't had as many people like buy it online. I've had a few sales online, but it's really, it feels like it feels more special to people, and they can like buy it from me, at like right after a concert. It's like, hey, here's the CD. But yeah, it's all out there. But yeah, how come? Have you ever experimented with any of that stuff?
So physical copies, I've only done it for one album. It's like one that I did with my buddy Mike, but
Cool.
I think he solved a couple cubes. I don't know.
Nice.
That's an important detail for some reason, but yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Stuck in More Traffic, my album with Mike, was our most successful one.
Cool.
And we made 10 CDs that we either sold or just gave out to like friends. And the copy that I have it signed by myself and him and all the friends that we were able to meet up back in August. So that includes Sully from so basically the meetup, when and where the engagement took place and everything like that.
Cool.
So we got all of that sold. Mike like as well. He got not sold, signed. Yeah. So we experimented here and there. It was stuff that we didn't necessarily have the means to get it professionally done, because the MOQ is huge. And I still have like 15 or so pockets. I just need to make the CDs and stuff. But the pockets is done on some random website. The printing on the CDs was done by a local business that recently shut down. The CDs, I went into some hardware store and just bought the damn thing.
Yeah.
Crappy CD burner. And the worst thing of them all, it doesn't work on the high musical grade CD players. It works in like, the car or something like that.
Right,
The little Pioneer ones, I got a whole freaking hi-fi system and shit. It don't work. So
oh man, that's rough.
Really sad.
Yeah.
But no, I do treat like CD as more of novelty. I mean, I got a few like on top of my whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like a novelty thing than anything else. Sorry about that.
One thing I
Oh,
did
good.
want to ask you about, DG, was
Yeah.
I remember you uploaded a video about getting a max out in Tetris a while back,
Yeah.
and I remember I've always had interesting experiences with Tetris as somebody who did cubing, but also
Mhm.
somebody like I've done speed running before, and I always thought like going into Tetris, I'd had kind of a speed running mindset. It's like, oh, I just have to do these inputs when I see this
Mhm.
thing. But I realized over time that it kind of requires both like a input speed running mindset, but also like a cubing thinking aspect in a way. And
Yeah.
I was wondering like what your experience was with like learning Tetris and like getting that good at it. Um,
Yeah. Thanks for asking. That's a great question. Yeah. I guess it really feels like an extension of cubing to me. Like I remember when I was really practicing for that max out, it felt just like, doing a 3x3 grinds or like a pyraminx grinds or whatever. It felt like such a similar hobby. Like, yeah, so I feel like the puzzle solving aspect is definitely there in Tetris, and then like, moving your fingers in a certain way, like you got to be dexterous enough to like get a max out, I guess. But yeah, I love Tetris. I've been sort of off it recently, but I want to get back into it soon. I think after the max out, I lost a little bit of momentum because that was like my big goal for so long. Um, but yeah, it's a fun time.
Do you want to tell Sully what you told me before we started this? The little fun fact
Um,
about one of
oh
our
yes,
mutual
yeah.
people.
Um, Fun DG lore is. Are you familiar with Scalpel, Stanley Chapel?
Sully. Sully.
Are you there?
Oh, sorry about that. My internet cut off for a sec. But
Oh, you're
yeah,
good.
yeah, I do know Scalpel. I met him at a speedrunning event before.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. So the fun DG lore is that I actually gave him the name Scalpel.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was in, I think, 2019. I was like doing a live stream with some friends on Twitch or whatever. And he showed up in chat, and his username was, I think, like schapel001 or something like that. And for whatever reason, like I would see his username a lot written that way. And instead of reading S Chapel, I would always just read it in my head as Scalpel. It just looked so much like it. And so he showed up and I called him Scalpel. And he found it entertaining enough that he decided to actually make it his, like, you know, gamer tag or whatever you want to call it, to this day. So whenever I see Scalpel do anything in the speedrunning community, I'm just like, hey, I had like a very small part in that.
That's awesome. I had no idea
Yeah.
about that. That's so cool. That's a
Thanks,
good
thanks.
name too, like Scalpel. Like that just
Yeah,
sounds cool.
it's
Sounds kind
catchy.
of
Yeah,
baller.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad he liked it. Like it gives me, and now anything he does gives me a little clout too. So I'm glad he went with it.
Even cubers call him that, and that's his like
Yeah.
discount code on the cubicle. Like
Mhm.
that's like he's
Yeah.
just Scalpel now.
He went all
That's
in.
just
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, he's a cool guy. I mean, like, to be fair, like it's not like I was just some stranger when he showed up in chat. Like we were friends already too, but yeah, I did happen to give him the name Scalpel. So yeah, that was cool.
Um, yeah, I knew about Stanley Chapel when he was doing his cubing before I knew about the speedrunning stuff. I think it was Sully who told me, like, I think just last year that they're the same person, and I was like, wait, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I
That's
think
so funny.
I saw him on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire episode that you did
Oh
on your
Yeah,
channel.
yes. Yep.
the cubing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big
He's
ball game drop there. Just
He was there.
he's
Yeah.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
there.
It's such a smart guy. He knows everything. Like, yeah. Every time I hang out with him, I'm just like always so impressed by like, yeah, just how much he's good at and like how much he knows. It's insane. He's also a Tetris Max Out player, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That
no,
is
he's
the craziest thing.
yeah, yeah. I forget. I can't remember if he got it before or after me. I think he got it before I did, but I might be wrong.
Wow.
Sully,
I'm
didn't
actually amazed by that. I had
Yeah,
no idea you played any Tetris.
yeah, yeah.
Sully, didn't you interview Scalpel or something like that? You did something?
Yeah, I did a stream with him because
Oh, cool.
like I did a stream with him about when he got Lost Levels Arbitrary Code Execution world record,
Mm,
and there
Cool.
wasn't like any info about how that run works. There was 2 runs of it, but there wasn't like
Yeah.
any explanation of him. So I like had him on so he could like explain the run, and also just to give more show more people his run, because a lot of people didn't know that that was even a category at that point, and I wanted to just show more exposure to him and the category and the game in general. And
Yeah.
yeah, he explained it really well, like both to
Cool.
me, somebody who's like invested in speedrunning, and also to non-speedrunners. Like it was like he's really good at explaining stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's really
Um,
cool. I'll have to check that out.
all right, so we got a message in chat from one of the homies. Totally. So, would DG consider rapping while doing Q videos as if it's nonchalant to pop up in TikTok?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a little bit of like mixing the cubing and rapping before, like solving a cube while rapping sort of thing. Um, yeah, I mean, it hasn't like popped off on TikTok or anything like that. Um, I might do it again someday. I would consider it. I think, but I will say, like, I think my goal with my music isn't to like have a TikTok hit. That would be cool. Like, if it happens, I'll take it. But like, um, I guess I feel like on TikTok and like with short form video in general, you get a lot more like passive fans, like people who like see this one video and maybe are familiar with the song, but they don't really care about you or like your next release or anything like that. Whereas like I'm really trying to curate something that's more like grassroots, like from the ground up, like, you like what I'm doing, so you're gonna be here for like every video I make, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not like leaning into the short form thing too much. Obviously, I'm doing it a little because it's the game and you have to play it. But yeah, I think I prefer the more like long form content. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could do something that has been done before. I mean, you know Logic, right? Logic,
Yeah.
the first time I've ever actually heard of Logic was when he did that podcast where he was freestyling while solving a cube.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I saw that, I thought like, holy shit, that's the best thing I've ever seen. And then I saw Logic, he was like associated with Face Clan, and I was like, oh shit. And,
Yeah.
so that to say that, it doesn't have to be associated with short form content, but if
hmm
you did a show where you were freestyling and you were just doing some OH or some shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
people that don't necessarily know that you were or are but not really DG Cubes,
Yeah.
they could be brought into something
It's a good
completely
thought.
new. It,
Yeah. I might need to bring the cube out at the show in DC.
you,
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, yeah.
I think that's something that people could get like sort of attached to, and
Yeah.
people often see rappers today, because rappers want to tell a story, and usually they want to
Mhm.
tell a story the entire time. They don't
Mhm.
necessarily go into them, although they do, but they do it through a story. But you bringing out the cube could be an angle into you that is more, I guess, open and more freeing. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's a cool idea. Yeah.
it's not necessarily to make those who only want to see you cubing, satisfied for the next week or two, but those who are associated with the music could be like, well, I could see that happen again, because
Mhm.
it's a quirk, or not a quirk, but like
Yeah.
one of those party tricks that you're able to just pull out. You don't necessarily have to be the best in the world or the fastest in the world at it, but
Right.
once you put two and two together, old
Mhm.
passion versus new passion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's true. That's true. It's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I'll think about it. I'll think about it for future shows for sure. I've done some like cubing related stuff at like the Cuber shows specifically.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it might be cool to bring it to the non-cubing audience too. It's not a bad idea.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you do a whole set and then you got a 7x7.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring a 13 by 13 on stage and it's like I'll solve this at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it has to be done by the end of the set.
Then if you got like one of your you know, one of your best friends that you could just pay like $10 go in the back of
Yeah.
the crowd and just yell at the top of their lungs, "Is that a 10 by 10?"
That would be great. That would be great.
I think I was actually kind of proud of that one.
That's good. It's a good deep cut.
Yeah. No, but I mean, those in the chat live and so that they're saying they're saying they would watch it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
That's good to know. It's good feedback. Yeah, I'll think about it for the stuff I have coming up. I've got a lot of shows that like aren't Cuber focused, and so it'll be cool to like maybe slip it in there a little bit. Just do a solve on stage at some point.
yeah.
It could create
we'll
more
see.
cubers too.
So
It could. Good point. Good point. Yeah.
Also get the crowd to jumble it up or
Yeah.
scramble. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Well, you know how to do 3 blind, right?
Yeah. I'm probably honestly with that pressure, it's probably not going to end up solved.
Oh.
That's I mean, I can do it, but like, I feel like that would be terrifying if it's not. But what I have done actually is and I've been meaning to post some footage of this because I don't know if I ever actually showed it in like a video on its own. But at my show, I did a show at Worlds last year in Seattle, and I had Stanley Scalpel, come up on stage, and he solved a 4x4 blindfolded while I was rapping at him, like screaming in his ear, basically. And like the crowd freaked out, like once it was solved, It was insane. He did it in like a minute 40 or something, including memorization time. So yeah, that was crazy.
He's a record holder in some of the blinds, right? Like 4 and 5.
Yeah. He has the 4 and 5 blind world records currently. Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're able to do 3 blind while performing,
in
front of an audience, I feel like you could do anything. You can like jump over a moving car. It's one of those things. If you
that would
train
be,
yourself mentally,
yeah. That's tough. I mean, doing blind while I'm performing that's really hard. That would be like, I mean, that would take so much practice because like for when you're doing blinds, you're like thinking of words in your head, and then you have to like say different words out loud. Like that's it's difficult. I'm not going to say it's not possible because I mean I'm sure people could do it, but like that might not be happening at the show in 2 weeks. I'll say that much.
Liv's asking, what's the pipeline between speedrunner and cuber? What's up with that? Not really like officially one. There's just cubers that happen to be into speedrunning and speedrunners that happen to be into cubes.
I think it's a lot though. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. I don't think they've ever all met. They're all just doing their own things somewhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Like sometimes I'll be at a cubing competition and I'll be talking to somebody and they'll just mention like, "Oh yeah, I'm like ranked top 10 in SMB1 or whatever," and it's like, "Oh what?" Like I had no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's definitely. I mean, it makes sense. They're both like speed based, like grindable hobbies.
I mean, I remember when I first started speedrunning, it was kind of the transition from cubing to speedrunning because I had been on my NES Mini back then with webcam mic, like webcam, pointed at the TV because I didn't have a capture card back then.
Yeah.
Starting my timer on my stack mat.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
And because you're holding the controller at the same time, you're not really doing the hand thing with the stack mat.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's good association. Maybe someone could do OH SMB1 and OH 3x3.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe you could be the first.
Huh. Maybe that's my next my next endeavor.
While rapping.
Well, oh no. I mean, nothing's stopping me from doing all 3, right? Like I guess that could happen. That might be a little like mental overload. Throwing a little blind. I don't know about that.
Soul says, what's DG's most used platforms? Well, let the main man himself tell you.
Most used platforms for like content and stuff, definitely YouTube. If you check out DG the Artist on YouTube, that's where I'm like super active nowadays. And then for music, anywhere you get your music under DG the Artist, so Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, wherever, it's on all those places. I would recommend, if I can recommend like one thing to check out, I would say my album "You Deserve the World" is my proudest like musical release to date, as far as like full length projects go. It tells a whole story from start to finish. It's a concept album, so like if you listen really closely, you might be able to figure out what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
But yeah, would recommend.
Yeah, I dropped a couple links there. I dropped
Oh, thank you.
yeah, I dropped the YouTube, the website, and the album itself. So
Awesome.
people
Yeah.
just click
Yeah, I
on
think
it.
the website has my other social media too. So like Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I don't like TikTok, but I'm there. Yeah.
Hey, it's actually not even that bad to be on TikTok because
Yeah.
I mean it's not bad. It's also not good either because when you are on TikTok and so many people are using your music for their TikToks, which
Hmm.
that can get over like you get about like 5 or 10 a day. The only
Mm.
problem is you don't know how to actually interact with that audience and build that community around them because they just
Yeah.
spontaneously appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
TikTok's not necessarily the most accessible way to build a community or a network,
Hmm.
but
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
not
I
bad.
think yeah, it's not bad. It gets more exposure. But I think that's my biggest gripe about it is that like YouTube feels so much more friendly to like really making a community. And it's like, I mean, it's what I did with DG Cubes and I'm doing it again with DG the Artist. It's just like I love you know, when there's people in the comments section saying like, "Oh, I was waiting for this video," or like, stuff like that. Like they're really engaged with what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I feel like you get less of that in like the short form landscape, but that's just my experience. Maybe I'm cynical.
yeah. Oh, so yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
okay. I just been scrolling down because Soul was asking if Insta is used much because that'll be her new doom scrolling. But yes, it is. Seems very
yeah,
well used. I see one
yeah.
of your reels is solving these 4 cubes before the verse ends.
Yeah. I did do a couple of those. Yeah, I think that was what I was talking about before when you were asking like if I've ever combined the cubing and rapping.
Yeah.
And those videos did all right. Like I think it surprised a lot of people because I've noticed that my YouTube following still has a lot of cubers,
Mm,
but like my Instagram following is mostly people who have no idea about my cubing.
yeah.
So it surprises people when I do cubing stuff on there.
So imagine the
But yeah,
setting.
yeah,
I it could be one of those things. I'm not
it
telling you
could be
what
one
to
of those
do,
things. Yeah.
right?
No, it's a good thought. It's a good thought. Yeah, but no, I am pretty active on Instagram to answer the question in chat. That's where I post like everything about new shows, like shows that are coming up, and whenever I drop a new song, I always post about it incessantly on there. So
Yeah.
yeah, stay tuned. Working on an EP now too that I'm very excited for.
Ooh,
Planning to
ooh,
drop
ooh.
in a couple months. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, man. Let's see. What else can we talk about? There's plenty of things. There
Yeah.
plenty because I think I would say confidently that you have like one of the most complete journeys on YouTube from start to current.
Mm.
Um, let's see. Uh, I mean, let's talk about a little bit about the Cubing network because that was
Yeah.
like the early content and stuff like that. I was like super attached with that type of stuff. Do you still talk with some of the homies?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them. So I mean Adam was the best man at my wedding, the Rubik's Cubed.
I mean,
So we're
crazy
still
stuff.
like we're like this. He's the homie. Um he's like homie for life.
Yeah,
And then I just recently was talking to Derpy Cuber.
yeah.
We still stay in touch. Hashtag Cuber and I are still close. I would say like those are the three from like the OG squad who like I'm still really in
Mm,
touch with to this day. But yeah, I mean like we're all still close, even if like we're doing different things in life now.
yeah.
Um,
I think I
but
tuned
yeah,
into a
it's cool.
Derpy stream like years ago
Oh yeah,
when he was doing Minecraft or something like that. It was
yeah.
I think I popped in and he was like, "Wait." high or something. It was pretty awkward because I think he didn't expect anyone to like know about a lot of his early stuff. So
Oh, that's
I
funny.
was like, all right, let me just step back. I don't want to weird him out too much.
Yeah, yeah.
He was definitely like one of my favorites, like out of y'all's little group. I think like
Yeah.
you, him, and hashtag were like the big three in that.
Yeah, yeah. I think our
No,
channels
no,
were.
yeah.
Yeah,
No offense to like the others. The Rubik's Cube, I think
yeah,
he had some like funny skits that I
yeah.
enjoyed from like back then. When he was, I remember very faintly remember a video he was doing where I don't know if it was like a cube review blooper thing or a skit. I don't know. He was making a review video and it was like, oh, all right, so we got a new cube from DHL Express or some like that. He was
Yeah,
making some funny.
yeah,
There was TPC as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I enjoyed some of that. But yeah, no,
Yeah, she made good content.
you hashtag and Derpy though, like
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Good times.
yeah. I'd probably ask Derpy to be on here one day. That'd be great. Maybe
Yeah, that would be
maybe
cool. That'd be cool.
get you both on at the same time. Get the OLCP
I'm
episode.
down. Yeah, yeah, I'm down. Why not?
That'd be sick.
You know,
That'd be cool.
I totally just ran into hashtag Cuber. Like I totally just randomly met hashtag Cuber in like
Wait, really?
2022. Yeah,
Whoa.
like um, I was trying to work on so I had a bad experience. I'm not gonna name names, but I had a bad experience with like a cube retailer,
Mm,
because they had like a yeah it it was like one of the smaller, lesser known ones, but they
mhm.
like totally screwed me over with
Oh,
something,
gotcha.
and
Yeah.
I decided I just like wanted to take matters into my own hands. Like
Mhm.
the owner of aforementioned place was like arguing with me on Facebook over it. It got super messy, but I
Oh,
decided I
yeah.
wanted to take matters into my own hands, and so I started like selling these like modded puzzles in like 2022, and
Mm,
like doing stuff with and like trying to make certain things more accessible to people. And I
yeah.
wanted to, so I decided to go to a cubing competition, uh, to like kind of branch out. And so
Mhm.
I set up like a stand outside the competition so that people could try these puzzles. And
Yeah.
so that was the only reason I went to the competition. But I
Mhm.
competed too, because why not?
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was in the waiting area for 2x2, and like it's 2x2, so I didn't care about it. And
Mhm.
I was just kind of goofing around, and I just sit down, and I look to my right, and it's just hashtag Cuber. And I'm like, wait, are you hashtag Cuber? And she's like, oh, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, sounds like her. Yeah. That's so
It
funny.
was
Where was this competition?
insane. Uh, it was SoCal. It was
Gotcha.
at
Yeah, she
the
goes to some West Coast competitions sometimes. Yeah,
yeah, it was a West
that's
Coast
cool.
Cuban competition. I think it was at like the
Nice.
uh I forget what university it was. It was at like one of the university
Mhm.
campuses. It was really cool.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah, I want to go to a comp. Probably
Yeah.
probably my best chance to do it is in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. They got plenty nowadays.
Yeah. Ooh, I
Yeah.
wonder if they got one in Cardiff or something. Yeah.
Mm.
I need to relearn
If you
everything.
ever, if you feel like coming to the U.S. for the North American Championships, then you could pull up to the concert too in July.
Uh,
But might be a little bit of a
uh,
trek for you.
way of a long shot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I gotcha.
I actually got my fiance coming over this summer.
Oh,
With
nice.
her
That's
parents,
exciting.
and then
Cool.
we might do a trip just somewhere in Europe, somewhere if we got
Cool.
the means to do it. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to do the U.S. one day. Like
Yeah.
maybe next year. Maybe I might just say like, all right, I'm gonna suck it up and just go.
Yeah.
Dude,
That'd be cool.
we could totally hang out again. I don't care where you would go. I would go there. I don't care what state you'd be in. I would go right there. We could be in like
Yeah.
Florida for all I know.
That's a real friends right there.
Yeah. Sully, he's seen almost everything, I guess, from the whole
Mm,
loopy side of things. He's been
mhm.
dope.
We would
And
solve cubes in VC together when we were
yeah,
both like
Nice.
13.
Wow.
he witnessed many of my cubing PBs.
Cool.
My first sub 1 and 2x2.
Nice.
Point-
Nice.
0.82.
The best moment for every
Mm.
cuber. The best moment.
Yeah. No, that's huge.
I don't know if he was there for my 3x3. It was my 6.96.
I was there for
nice.
the
Nice.
I was there
Yeah.
for the 69 and the first sub 10.
Yeah. You could tell DG why I just decided to retire 3x3 after that. I think it's
Exactly.
You don't get
Yeah.
any
No,
better
that's a
than those
good
numbers.
PB to end on. Yeah.
Yeah. I completely forgot CFOP. I'm like barely sub 20 these days.
Too bad.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I might block it
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah. Why not?
You could. You got the talent.
Wait, where do you live again, Loopie? I'm south of France, Seoul. Yeah. Wait, what are we doing? Wait, what are we doing? I'm confused. Oh, I was just talking about like the possibility of us doing a trip this summer. Possibly.
You ever listen to the Future song "South of France"?
No, I don't really
I like that song.
like Future's music.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, you just said "South of France" and it reminds me.
Is it like about that region?
He's not. I don't think he's saying much about it, but I mean, in the hook, he just references the south of France.
Yeah.
Nice.
People think the south of France is just Marseille. It's just not. It's
Gotcha.
barely even south. Where I live,
That's what
you don't get any more south than where I am.
Gotcha.
My French friends think that Marseille is that.
Yeah, they don't get it. I mean, like, the type of French I am is more Catalan than anything. We're the France that if Catalonia had their independence, I wouldn't be French.
Right. Wow. That's cool.
I would be lurking because I got some studying to do. Best of luck, Soul. Best of luck.
Lock in, Soul.
Oh, and oh, cool. I just hey, yeah. So Liv plus Rose, you're my women crush. Liv plus Rose, you're my women crush. What do you mean? Hey, significant others, and they want to be like, oh, I guess we got like our equivalent. We get like, gay with the homies. No, I'm tripping. I'm kidding. Woman crush. Are you a woman? No, shush. All right, Liv. Damn. So trying to think.
Sorry, I had another long internet outage. Sorry if I missed anything again.
No,
Oh, you're good.
You did not miss anything. So
also, like,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
If you went to a more like metropolitan kind of area, like if you went to like a big city in Florida or something, then you could totally catch a cubing competition. Like they have those pretty often in certain parts of the U.S. You could totally catch one if you're in the U.S.
Dude, I wouldn't even know where to go. New York is definitely a place I want to go to. Cool places. Plus, they got like the Nintendo place.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Nintendo New York. That's a shrine.
Yeah.
Like Mike's been there. He bought me the Luigi hat.
Oh, cool.
W.
W Mike.
Times Square. Dude, you got to get yourself a billboard on Times Square. I think would be a.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a light $20 or something.
That's a shout. That's a shout.
Me and Mike, we did that.
Really? You got a?
You
yeah.
did?
Yes.
I didn't know about that.
Dude, this was like about a year or two ago. So
you got a billboard at Times Square?
Yeah. So we got a billboard at Times Square. So obviously we didn't go to Times Square or anything like that, but we got the live feed or whatever. You get to see all the people.
Yeah.
So you pay like $20 or $30. I think it was cheaper because it was the first time. You get 15 seconds. And people were just using it because it was Valentine's Day and like that and whatever. And so me and Mike, we paid. and we got on there. We got like extremely hyped up, but we basically promoted the Stuck in More Traffic album. Did it help? Probably not. But it was just
That's so cool though.
it was
It
just
was actually only 20 or
yeah
30 bucks.
yeah.
That's insane. I was joking. I figured it would be way more.
No,
But I guess for 15 seconds, that's it's not like a permanent thing.
dude, I completely forgot what was the name of the app.
That's wild.
Because people were using it for memes, but wait. Well, what's the name of the? Oh my god! Oh, TSX, I think it was called.
Looks like the prices went up a bit.
Oh, did it?
Oh yeah.
Like a decent, like the website it's probably like it could be like an affiliate. Like it might not be the official one, but the website I'm on, like quotes like 150 for personal stuff, like non-brand stuff. And if you're like a brand and want to promote something, it's 250 for 15 seconds.
Gotcha.
I'd probably need to ask Mike what was the name of the app because I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
It's probably in my App Store purchases somewhere. But yeah, we paid because I asked Mike to chip in, obviously, since it was like a 2-man effort.
Yeah.
I think we paid like maybe like $13 or $14 each, and we got the thing on. And I mean, I think there's a post or a video or something like that. I did probably something to celebrate it. Probably a reel, but yeah, we saw it and we couldn't help but just get like totally hyped when it happened.
Yeah. No, that's so cool.
Yeah, but I feel like that's something.
That's dope.
If you ever went in the New York area, and like
yeah,
I feel like that would be a good episode idea for the J. Cole feature.
That would be cool. Yeah, I'm from New Jersey originally, so I do spend some time in New York. Got some homies up there, so definitely, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. If I feel like it would actually help if I can come up with something good to put on there. Yeah, maybe that's the move.
Yeah, so it was TSX by Pixel Star, but I don't know if they still are around.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, because I recorded it, so yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So we got like hella hyped and shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But it's actually pretty big. We went to like other Times Square live streams where they would do like the CCTV and shit like that. We'd see it like on a tiny little corner. But
yeah.
We saw a couple angles. It looked hella dead in there when we were doing it. So
yeah. See, that's the rough thing. If it's only 15 seconds, like you just have to hope that there's enough people there. But
yeah. But see, if you're there, you could be the busker guy with a mic and a JBL speaker. Be like, hey guys, look over there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good thought. I like it.
Have like a video of you up there with a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Well, like that, like the Logic video freestyling while cubing.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. I like the ideas.
Yeah. Hey, could work. Lives in the chat saying, DG, can I get new sriracha? Mine is now very liquidy.
Good reference. Yeah. No, I'm not giving away any sriracha. I did actually buy new sriracha this morning though.
Really?
I was indeed out of sriracha, which is what inspired the reel that she's referencing.
I feel like sriracha would be one of those like once a month, once a week type of like tastes. I'd find it like
as in you don't use it that often. You're saying?
No, I don't even know if I've ever tried sriracha. I'm just saying, like, I didn't think it was one of those spices that you could just run out.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, I guess with the stuff we eat, it makes sense. It goes well on like Asian food, and my wife cooks a lot of like various Asian foods. Just like kind of a good way to add spice to it. So, yeah, we used. I mean, it took a few months, but but we went through it. Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, were you guys originally long distance? I'm asking because I am long distance currently, but is that something that
we had to? We had a long distance period for sure. So we met in college. We met like right before COVID hit.
Ooh.
And so we were like on campus together in person for like the first like 10 days of our relationship or something. And then we were long distance. So for a while, I was in New Jersey and she was in Virginia, which is not like super long distance. She came up and visited like twice in that time period. But then she went back home to Vietnam for like, I think like 7 months during COVID times. And so, yeah, we were like super long distance, like 12-hour time zone type long distance. And yeah,
Wow.
that was tough. And because that was like right in the beginning of our relationship too, like 6 of the first 10 months or whatever, like she was in Vietnam and I was in New Jersey. Um, and so, yeah, we pretty much figured, like we were saying to ourselves, like, hey, if we can get through this, we can get through anything.
Mm.
And so we made it work. We did a lot of Twitch streaming together back then.
Oh.
And that was like a big way that we bonded. Like, in the few hours that we would both be awake, we would just like stream on Twitch. I would play Tetris or whatever, and she would just like read chat. And yeah, it was a good time. But I mean, yeah, we made it work. And then we were right that if we could make it through that, we can make it through anything. And we're married now, so it
Dude.
all worked out. But the long distance thing, I feel you. Like it was tough. And we did it for, it wasn't like for years or anything. We did it for 6 months, but or I guess like if you count the New Jersey and Virginia time, it was more like 9 months. But yeah, still,
Still, I mean,
it's no fun.
you won, man. I think
Thanks.
I think
Yeah, I certainly think so.
from the last moment that I like properly saw your stuff up until just
Mhm.
not that long ago when I was just catching up,
Yeah.
I was like, well, because for me, I will forever remember the DG Cubes mid tens type of content where
Mhm.
early high school, just chopping it up with the boys, just having fun, going to the comps, you know,
Mhm.
funny memes, funny inside jokes, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and then you see this now, like, I mean, this does not, this does not make us any younger at all.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
But you see that and you're like, well, damn, like, you won. It, it simple as that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's interesting to see as well. Because when I saw, I think you talked about it in your Wheel of Fortune video. I didn't finish it, I don't think, but
Mhm.
um, well, you were talking about, you guys got married and you guys did it in Vietnam, then in the U.S. as well, and you had, Adam the Rubik's Cube as, best man in your wedding and shit like that. I was like, well, shit,
Yeah.
that's something that I've wanted to do with my fiance, since we first got together and shit like that. And, you know, completely in two different worlds. Yeah,
Mhm.
you were doing your thing, and obviously you had never even known I existed. But still, just catching up to that and like seeing like, well, oh shit, you did that, you did it, you did the very
Mhm.
thing, and it kind of gave me like a, huh, so it is possible,
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Hey,
Yeah.
dude, I'm friends with so many people who are in long distance relationships, like
Yeah.
in my my little friend group server where me and Sully we hang out every day. Bunch of relationships, you know,
Mhm.
sometimes maybe the easiest because they can make it happen extremely quickly, or sometimes the hardest where they only see each other like once a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's me and Liv. We make it work
Mhm.
despite the shit that gets thrown at us, right? But
Yeah.
when we see success stories, there's one in our chat. They're living together now, and
Mhm.
there's you won.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an important thing.
Yeah.
Liv says so sweet, married, congrats. Yeah. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah. So like, I feel like it's one of those like like the end of a movie type of thing, and
Mhm.
it's definitely something new. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'll forever respect that type of stuff because it's not easy. I mean, I know
Yeah.
firsthand, not easy, but working past something like that, I mean, it takes a ton of mental and emotional, just everything. So I mean, shit,
Yeah.
respect,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and you're right. I feel like I won, like there's rap is rap, YouTube is YouTube, but like at the end of the day, like I'm here with my wife, and that's life. That's for the rest of my life. Um
Yeah.
so it's yeah, it's the
I,
best.
I mean,
Um
that's something that, you are conditioned automatically to hold on forever, and that no one can
mhm.
hold that against you anymore,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And um it does not matter, like, I guess potential and legacy are kind of overrated these days because of how social media was sort of made, especially for, I guess, those who did end up making it with content creation or not,
Mhm.
telling you like, oh, this is the way to go. This is the legacy that you have to build.
Right.
And, at the end of the day, as long as we're able to like secure something as strong as love and even like being able to like just live with that one person you cool with for the rest of your life, it does
Mhm.
not matter if you end up working at a till of a Walmart for the rest of your life if you got that figured out.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's real. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, and like, we're with each other through whatever now.
Mm,
Like
mm,
I'm starting this new thing. Like, rap isn't new to me, but it's new that it's my full-time thing. Um, and just like having her as a supporter of that is like so huge.
mm.
Because I feel like it's so easy to like doubt yourself and stuff during all these like major life changes, but she's there to like ground me and like, I know that no matter what, we have each other.
Yeah.
It's cliche to say, but it's really just it's true.
No, because she'll have an
Um,
objective view of what she knows to, I guess, expect out of, I guess, herself, but also you at the same time.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
you can do something that you think is absolutely right, but there's that
Hmm.
one gut feeling that, you cannot even go against. Like, sh I have it with Liv sometimes. You might
Yeah,
have it with, uh, your wife, but sometimes, like, she can have like one thing that you might think that, like, okay, you're 100% convinced that that's the way to go, but maybe she don't see it that way. But
yeah,
maybe that way that she see it might be the way that, you know you crack the code, and then boom, you're off.
right.
You're onto something else that totally, blew away your expectations. And I think that's a great thing to have, and it's a great thing to be able to balance and holding on to that. I mean, from that
Yeah,
point
for
on,
sure.
that's that's worth a million J. Cole features. I mean,
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I
but
would I would much rather at the end of my life, I would much rather have no J. Cole feature and a wife than no wife and a J. Cole feature.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah, yeah.
but not a wife, but the wife.
The wife. Yes, specifically my wife.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
not
the
just not just some random wife.
yeah, because that's the story that you were able to develop. And dude, again, random as hell when, like, I started, catching up with the stuff you were doing, even just like about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Um, you know, just seeing that, because that to you, that was a thing that happened, relatively recently, but it's been a thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like when it was news to me, I was like, well, shit. All right, well, this guy got it all. He did it.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Thanks, thanks. Yeah, no, it
yeah.
I'm so grateful, like for all the stuff that's happened in my life recently and like
Mm,
I mean just not even just recently. My whole life I feel like I've had a lot of like incredible experiences. And nothing can take that away from me.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's it takes a lot. And now with the rapping thing, not many people start a venture like music with that security.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there is a little like YouTube rap community. I could probably like pull you in into like a couple of reactor videos that or
Oh,
not,
cool.
not reactor videos, but like reactor streams that sometimes I hang in and stuff like that. Little
Yeah.
community. They're all just
That'd be
like,
cool. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
oh, just a bunch of like middle-aged guys that just like react to content and shit like that. But
Right.
if I drop a link or two and say like, hey, this is DG, listen to him and shit like that,
Mhm.
people will catch on to it because
Yeah.
YouTube rap, you got to get into the YouTube rap community.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking. I mean, I don't know if you've been familiar with rappers like Crypt.
Yeah.
Crypt.
I know the names. I'm not
Yeah.
like super tapped into the communities and stuff, but yeah.
There was who was there? There was We Scheme. I mean, there's like Knox Hill. What
Mhm.
fucking Screw? Even though, High Res.
Quadeca.
Quadeca.
Yeah.
Have you followed Quadeca like early on in his YouTube?
Yeah. I think he was probably of the YouTube rappers. He's probably the one I'm like most familiar with.
Mm.
Yeah. I haven't like caught up too much with his recent stuff, but I've like heard some of it, and like the growth is crazy.
Yeah.
From like the recent albums I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to watch him when he was doing FIFA content and doing like rap battles.
Oh
between
yeah. Yeah.
Rap
that's cool.
Rap battles between the football players. I was like, yeah, this.
Mm.
Yeah. No, but yeah. So that community was built, and it kind of just subsidized into different little pockets of communities that people were able to build around that. And that's kind of where I wouldn't say I pioneered, but I just, witnessed it happening from an outside point of view because I didn't have the means to be able to insert myself in many of the things that were happening around in the community until a bit later on, early 20s, when I was doing like the reaction content, the same as them, because
yeah,
surprisingly, it is a cheat code to success.
Yeah.
But I could probably get you in contact, not in contact, but actually, pretty fairly in contact with some of the people that do these reactions. One of them does interviews like this one, so.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm definitely down. Like, as you know, this is my full-time thing now, so
yeah.
Any sort of connections like that, 100%. Yeah. We'll talk.
I mean, I got people all over that would probably just give you some sort of work. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
cool.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not DJ Khaled by any means, and
yeah.
way past my prime these days. But anything that will allow me to just poke my nose back into music, I mean, I'll always be happy with it. And
oh, that'd be incredible. Yeah. I mean, always looking for opportunities. So yeah, keep me posted on that.
Yeah, and I think them, excuse me, them being slightly older and stuff like that could also be roped into some of the cubing stuff. You can weaponize that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah. I'll probably just I'll probably just send you links to streams or something like that, like as they're going on, and I can also send like some of the links to the songs myself. And
cool. Yeah, that would be great if you're already in the chats or whatever. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, stuff like this happens all the time, and if I ask them like, hey, will you do me a favor, check this guy out, maybe interview him, something like, they'll do it.
Hell yeah. That'd be really cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about, Sully?
I think we've covered everything that I had in mind.
All right. One last question to you, DG. This is a question I asked to all the guests on the Loophole Podcast. How do you feel like you experienced the Loophole Podcast? Tell us a little bit, about how you enjoyed this episode, and if this is something that is to be recommended in the future.
Trip report.
Definitely would recommend. This was fun. I feel like good conversation, all that stuff. It's been really cool, like seeing how our lives have sort of like paralleled each other, even though like we didn't know each other personally, but like we've gone in sort of a similar direction with both cubing and YouTube and music and all that. It's cool to connect with somebody on that level, especially since like you've been following me for so long. It's really cool to hear like what your experience has been like. So yeah, I mean, thank you for having me. 10 out of 10 experience, would recommend.
Hey, thanks for hopping on. Definitely
Of
made Sully.
course.
Definitely made Sully very happy as well. Like I said, like me and you back in 2019, we were probably like, hold up. I'll let Sully continue on with the discussion. We'll be back.
I don't know what he was gonna say, but he was probably gonna talk about like, you know, how me and him in 2019, like we were really big into like that side of YouTube cubing,
Mm,
even though by then it was a bit different. Like the
yeah.
landscape was starting to change by 2019, but we were still like binge watching like old 2016, 2017 videos, like the real, the real oldies, the goldies. And
Yeah, yeah.
we were getting really into that stuff. Especially like since we were both starting to get really into cubing, like we were like um like yeah, like we would just watch those videos together, just make references to them all the time. Cause I mean that thing's kind of fun. Like that
Yeah.
thing's always that kind of thing is like really fun to watch when you're first getting into something. Like it makes you really feel like you're part of it, and
Yeah.
like you said, like yeah, this it's awesome getting to meet you. Like
Oh,
it's so cool to me. I
thank
really
you. Thank you.
appreciate you coming on. Like it really means so much to me.
Oh, of course, yeah. And thank you for having me and like for saying all the nice things you've said this episode. Yeah, it's really heartwarming to hear all your experiences with the stuff I've made over time, and that my friends have made and all that. Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're gonna end it off right here. Thank you everyone for watching and listening to the Loophole Podcast. Catch us every single Sunday. Now, daylight savings time is a little tricky, but
Yeah,
2:30 p.m. Eastern every Sunday.
3:30.
3:30.
No, 3:30 today, but once
Oh,
France,
normally.
once France changes the hour, yeah, there's always like a 1 or
Gotcha.
2 week period where it doesn't change. But yeah,
Hmm.
I think
Still 2:30.
one of my favorite episodes I've done in a while.
Yeah.
I think I
Oh,
needed an
thank you.
episode like this. Yeah,
I'm glad. Yeah, this is really fun. Thanks again for having me.
yeah. Appreciate you, DG, for hopping on. Appreciate everyone for chatting in there. It was definitely a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bless up, stay hype. Sully.
Oh. All right, guys. That was the Loophole Podcast. That was DG the artist.
My
That
word,
was Loopie. This is sullyrox. Catch us every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you have a fucking awesome day. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm glad I
That
said
was
don't
great.
spook them.
That was great. That
All
was
right.
great.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Fuck Lady Gaga
You too, man.
and penis. All right.